Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing the Terrifier 2 kill ranking list. In the last video we did the Terrifier 1 kill ranking, and if you want to see that, it is the first video I've made on this channel. Without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, before we start the actual ranking, I have a bonus clip because they didn't technically die because it was all in dream sequence, but Art the Clown killed a bunch of people in a cafe with a Tommy gun. And I will not show the clip, I'll blur it, but yeah, I think you can use your imagination to tell what happened in that. After he did that, he is a little boy and he had some bad cereal. That's all I'm gonna say. For number 10 on this list is Sienna, and she did get revived later and there's no blood, she just got drowned. That's why it is last on this list. And let's just say she is the hottest final girl in any slasher movie I've ever seen. He really casted the people very, very well. So that's all I'm going to say about that scene. It wasn't really a big deal or anything. But yeah, she was drowning for a bit and she got revived by a magical sword, which is the most sci-fi-like scene in the entire series yet. With the next kill, it was probably the most boring kill in the entire movie. I wish they went a little further with it, but they got to have some room to make it worse in Terrifier 3. But that is the guy in the laundry place. Art the Clown sticks a mop handle right in his head. Really not too graphic at all. It doesn't show the actual kill, it just shows the aftermath. The one surprising thing about that scene is David Howard Thornton getting butt-ass naked to take his clothes off and put him in the washing machine. So yeah, that was a pretty crazy scene, but it was pretty funny, yeah. So yeah, those are the two that aren't really too important, but for number 8, I have Allie's mother, and she didn't actually get shown being killed just like the guy in the laundry place, but she had her head decapitated after seeing her daughter brutally murdered by Art the Clown, which will be later in the tier list. I'll say that. If you've watched the movie and you know the scene, you know the scene. But yeah, she is decapitated, and then Art the Clown uses her decapitated head and shows it to children, and they get candy off of it, which was really hilarious. That was a hilarious scene. The mom was telling them to just eat it, and it's all special effects, but it was not special effects, it was a dead lady. Number 7, we have Art himself, again, very low on the list, just like last time. This time he did not kill himself, he got violently slashed by Sienna, but obviously he got revived later in the film, just like in the last one. The reason I have this so low is because it kind of ruins the effect of the scene when you know they're going to be alive later in the film, so I didn't want to put this too high up either. For number 6, we have Sienna's mom, and Jonathan's mom as well. Sienna's mom isn't a bad person by any chance. She's a little strict. I think a lot's happened to her. Jonathan really annoyed her earlier in the film.
Did you know the Nazis used to inject children's eyeballs to see if they would change color?
Jonathan!
And she kind of had it coming for fussing at that cute face. Like, how can you not like Jonathan? He is the sweetest dude ever. I mean, look at him. But yeah, she gets her head blown off by a gun. The most violent gun scene in the movie, by far. In the first one, it's just Tara getting shot in the face a few times. But yeah, her whole face gets completely blown off by, I think it's a shotgun. Something like that. The funniest scene in the whole movie is Sienna's mom getting her face stuffed with mashed potatoes by Art the Clown. Obviously, I can't show the clip, I'll have to blur it, but I will probably add the person who made a video on it in the description so you can watch it yourself, because it's a really funny scene. But now that we've got all the not very violent ones out of the way, let's get into the extremely, extremely violent ones. The final kills in this movie are really violent, I'll say. They're way top the first movie, so yeah, let's get into those kills. Starting our top 5 will be Jeff. Jeff was Brooke's boyfriend for the night, and he had a shirt that said "just the tip." And I'm pretty sure that was foreshadowing for what was about to come. He got stabbed crotch 10 times or something like that, and to make it 10 times worse, his dick ripped off. So yeah, that scene was interesting. Obviously I can't show any of that scene, but here's a little, representation of what the scene was like. Now for number 4 on the list, which is Brooke. Now, Brooke is Sienna's best friend in the movie, and they go out partying, and she drugs her, which I didn't like very much. I didn't like that Brooke drugged her because, I mean, that made me just not like the character at all, really. So I wasn't too sad about her death. Not that she was a bad person or anything, but yeah, she got her face burned off by Art and then smashed in her kneecap with a spiked bat and got hit in the stomach over and over, and her face was just oozing with blood and her chest was fully cracked open. And then Art pulls the heart out of her stomach and he takes a bite out of it. The reason this is number 4, and I know you guys are all going to be like, how is this not higher on the list? It was just way too over the top for me to actually take it seriously and to actually find it really violent. So I think that's why I put it so low on the list when it could have been way higher. But yeah, that's about the whole scene. Moving on to number 3, which is Ricky, the shop owner in this film. We love Ricky, and Art the Clown did not like him so much. And Ricky did not like Art the Clown very much because he was annoying the crap out of him the whole time. He was wearing these funny glasses and just bouncing them up and down like a ding-dong. But yeah, he got pulled over the counter, and then he got a flashlight stuck in his eyeball. And then he got his forehead cut open and decapitated. The thing is, I know the scene sounds pretty similar to other ones that have happened in the film, but the reason I put it so high is because I'd say it's pretty disturbing because he's kind of like screaming the whole time, and since you like Ricky, it's not like a fun death necessarily, because I really liked Ricky and I did not want to see him go. But yeah, that's number 3. Moving on to top 2 on this list, which are the big 2. I'm pretty sure Brooke usually gets put at number 2 on lists like this, but I was not really affected by that scene. So here's my top 2. I was very disturbed by these scenes. I don't know if I'm scarred or anything, but definitely disturbed. For number 2, I have the coroner. In the first film, he got strangled by Art the Clown, and in the second film, he gets finished off. He gets slashed in the face by a hammer-type tool like 5 times, and his face is just already mangled, and he pulls his eye out, and then he grabs his head, and he splits it open, and just pulls his brain out. It's very over the top, but it's pretty disturbing. It's like, the imagery is really crazy. The thing is with that scene is, it was one of the first scenes in the film, and I was not expecting it to be that freaking violent, but, you know, they did something similar to that in the last film. I think number 2 was really close to the beginning of the film in the last video. For number 1, this surprised not a single person who has watched the film and is watching this video now. Number 1 place is Allie. And I watched this again so I could put it in the video and edit it and everything. And I was not having fun watching it. It is a very disturbing scene. It's not like it's insanely gory or anything, and I'll have to blur the whole thing, but it's not an insanely gory scene. It's just very disturbing. She's basically skinned alive, and then she's like, her arms are broken off and her fingers are torn apart, and he's just slitting holes in her body and ripping her skin off while she's screaming in agony. So it's pretty disturbing to watch, just because, you know, it's a very lengthy scene, probably like a minute long, and you don't want to see Allie die, and it's very sad to see her die like that. Not to mention her mom walks in at the end while he's like skinning every part of her body, and she's still somehow alive because Art's kept her alive with her supernatural abilities. So that was very disturbing. I mean, not anything that's like really too bad, but I'd definitely say it's the worst scene out of every Terrifier film, especially 1 and 2. I don't know about 3. We'll talk about that pretty soon once it comes out to video. But yeah, thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It helps out a lot. And I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.